Last time I spoke in front of you, I appealed directly to Dezi Freeman to ring 000 and then we could work towards a surrender plan with him. I'm going to change tack a little bit and read into this what you will. I extend that invitation to anyone who's harbouring Dezi Freeman, who's considering harbouring Dezi Freeman, or know something about the people that are harbouring Dezi Freeman. That offer is absolutely out to you as well. You are committing an extremely serious crime by harbouring or assisting in the escape of Dezi Freeman. People know the whereabouts of the person who's killed 2 cops. People have chosen for whatever reason not to come forward, and I'm taking this time to appeal to you to come forward. In that respect, today going forward, you'll see that in Island Street, Bright, in the centre of Bright, we've set up a mobile police facility. We're opening up other avenues for the public to approach us, to give information about Dezi Freeman's whereabouts. Take that opportunity. They'll be there daylight hours, every single day of the week, every single day of the weekend, and we're open for business. So we invite you, come forward, give us anonymous information, we will act on it. We are absolutely hunting for a fugitive, and we continue to do so. You would have seen the amount of police saturating those towns in and around Porepunkah. That'll continue to occur on a daily basis, and we do that for a number of reasons. Not so much for the hunt for Dezi Freeman. We have specialist resources scouring every neck of the woods for the fugitive, and they come from our specialist operation groups, our critical information response team, and our interstate colleagues. But those frontline resources are offering the community that public reassurance that they need when a fugitive's out there. And if you see those members driving around in marked police cars, take the opportunity to stop and say g'day and offer whatever assistance you can or any information you might have. You might have the information that fills the gaps which we're looking to fill. I'm happy to take any questions.
Why have you changed this tactic?
Do you believe it's one person or multiple people who are helping Dezi?
I can't say in particular whether it's one or multiple. What we do say is people know. And that's why I've changed the narrative, inviting other people other than Dezi Freeman to speak up, whichever forum, whichever way you want to reach out to police, and that's why we've put that mobile police facility in Bright. It's right there for you to come forward.
Do you think he's being helped by people in Porepunkah?
Sorry?
What makes you say that you know that he's being helped?
It's different to knowing and believing. What I will say is that information that we have would suggest that people know.
Brett, do you think he's being helped by people in Porepunkah?
I can't say anything about that.
What happened over the weekend? Obviously there was a big focus on the Mount Buffalo National Park. What have police done over the weekend?
That's a significant area of activity, and we've searched hundreds of acres of land. As I said in my previous time in front of you, it's very difficult terrain. We'll continue to search there. That's another thing I want to appeal to the public. There's certain areas in and around that dense forest land which we know has previously been populated by the fugitive. If you know of any of those locations, please let the police know, because as I said, it is difficult and very, very dense terrain.
So have you been able to track any of his movements?
I can't really say on the movements of Dezi Freeman post the incident with police.
So in those areas you're talking about, since Tuesday he's been in those areas, you've found him since?
I can't speak about the exact movements of Dezi Freeman.
When was the last confirmed sighting?
The last confirmed sighting was at the time of the shooting.
Brett, can you give us information on if the arrests have helped provide more information on Freeman himself?
Sorry?
If the arrests that happened over the last couple of days, if they've helped provide police with information?
What I can say is that on the back of a lot of information, we've received over 450 separate pieces of information to assist police. members of the public and indeed the media would have seen that police have executed multiple search warrants and arrested multiple people in respect of this investigation. Whilst I can't go into specifics, it certainly assists police in our endeavours to catch the fugitive.
Do you have intelligence that he is alive? You know, those rugged terrain, he's not out there, he is alive.
We continue this search believing that Dezi Freeman, who is suspected of killing 2 police officers, is alive.
Do you think he's still in the National Park?
I can't say.
Do you believe, I mean, virtually every day it appears as though you're back at his house. So do you believe he is still in that vicinity?
I can't tell you why we're going back to his house, but absolutely we've been back to his house even as late as today.
Do you think there's any chance of him surrendering at all, or is that looking unlikely?
I think it's his best option. I really do. And I extend that appeal directly to Dezi Freeman because we're not going to stop. We owe it. We owe it to Vardham and we owe it to Neil and we owe it to not only the Victoria Police community but the community at large, because what we shouldn't forget is we're looking for a person who killed 2 people.
Marley put a statement out yesterday saying she's not anti-authority and that she is cooperating with police. Is this something you have seen?
In respect to the suspect's wife, what I'll say, it's 2 different things to be speaking with police and cooperating with police.
So she's not cooperating with police?
It's 2 different things.
So is that letter that's been put out by her lawyer on her behalf, is that misleading?
What I would say is that we would invite full cooperation with police in respect to this double murder investigation. If people such as the fugitive's wife isn't giving us full cooperation, I would encourage her to do so.
Are you looking at charging her with anything?
I can't say it.
Are you receiving any hindrance from local people around there who know Dezi?
I can't comment on the people that know Dezi, but what I can say, the outpouring of assistance from the local community has been simply remarkable. In respect to those that know Dezi, I can't really comment on that. The network, what we do know of the network of the fugitive is wide, as it's been well reported. But in respect to the greater community of Porepunkah, Mount Beauty, Bright, indeed, it's just been fabulous, the outpouring of support for this investigation.
How confident are you that he is still within the initial search zone around the Porepunkah Bright area? The text message that police sent out went as far wide as the Gambie up to Beechworth and the like. Is that still the area that you're focusing on, or is, considering you're putting out this information that he may be harboured by others, that they could be helping him be on the route?
We'll continue to send messaging out to the broader community. I can't really comment on specific locations, but what I will say is we're constantly assessing where those messages land, and we'll continue to do so. And the public in and around the Porepunkah community will have seen those messages come from Victoria Police regularly, and we continually assess that. The message at the moment is to be vigilant, and we'll continue to provide that message.
The search area hasn't changed.
The search area continues to change.
There's been no messages since Thursday to the wider community in terms of the text messages. Should they expect any more to be coming?
Yes.
4 days, no communication.
Yeah, so we'll continue to assess that. And you did mention the Gambie, so we'll continue to assess where the messages land and who the messages are received by.
Will police be offering a reward?
I can't comment on that at this stage.
Can you say anything more about the guns that he has or has had and how he got them?
No.
Last questions.
There are 450 police involved in this. How long, and obviously that affects elsewhere in Victoria, policing elsewhere in Victoria. How long can you commit those sorts of resources if there is no result?
We have an incredible appetite to see this to the resolution. And can I say to that point, the resource commitment to this goes far beyond the search for Dezi Freeman. It's not lost on me that we now have to also resource the funerals of 2 fallen colleagues on Friday and Monday. That alone is a significant resource drain whilst we continue the search for Dezi Freeman.